All right, so I guess I just want to say welcome to everybody out there in YouTube land. So again, my name is Alethea. Welcome to my channel, Rain on the Charts. I'm going over trading basics, just giving tiny bits of information that I have been learning over the past few years that I've been trading. If you want to learn alongside me, there's a whole lot more, but I'm just doing basics here. Feel free to reach out to me. We have a whole trading community, right? And today, what we're going to be going over is the anatomy of a candle, you know. The charts can look intimidating to a lot of people, but this little bit of info that I'm going to give can help to demystify things a bit. Why are the candles not the same color, and where does it open? Where does it close? What does this line on it mean? I'm just going to go over these things really quickly. Khadija, you're asking what pair do you all like? Me, I really love GBP JPY. I also love GBP USD. And, you know, it has to do with the time of day that I trade because I trade the London session. So I get up at 4 a.m. during the week to look for a setup. The London market opens at 3 a.m. So I'm looking for my setup around 4. And actually, I trade anywhere between 4 a.m. and noon Eastern Standard Time. I don't trade outside of that. So during the London session, you want to look for currency pairs that are actually being traded at that time. So I wouldn't be in the London session looking to trade Asian pairs, or I wouldn't be looking to trade Australian pairs. I want to trade the London session pairs. All right, so great question. Thank you for asking. Now I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Alrighty, so I'm going to pull up the whiteboard. I'm going to get in teacher mode here. Drop some 5s in the chat if you can see my whiteboard. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to make this big and I'm going to move this down here out of the way. Get rid of this. Okay. So today we're going to be going over the anatomy of a candle. Now, there are two different clear types of candles that we have. Does anybody know what the two types of candles are in a broad setting? Now, there are subcategories of candles, but the two main types of candles, do you know what they are? Okay, I'm going to tell you.
The red and the green, are they like the buy and sell?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So the green candle, that's the buy candle, the green candle. And we call that a bullish candle, right? So the bullish candle is the first candle we look at. And guys, don't laugh at my drawing skills, okay? Don't laugh at them. I'm gonna get the color and everything for you. Okay. So the bullish candle would be green, and it may look like this. This is just one example. Now, the bullish candle opens at the bottom, right? So this is the opening. The opening is here. Oh, I messed up. All right. Wow. Forgive me. I spelled that really weird. Okay. The opening. This is the opening right here. Opening. And here you have the closing. Okay. So the candle that's bullish, price is going to open here, and it can travel up, it can travel down, it can do all kinds of things before it actually closes. But eventually, when it closes, the close is going to be at the top of the body. So the opening is at the base of the body, and the closing of the candle is at the top of the body. Does everybody have that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, you will notice that there is this line at the top here. That's the wick of the candle. And the wick can be from up top here, it can go all the way to the bottom. It can look many different ways. And when we're done, we're going to go on TradingView and we're going to look and see what things look like. But this is the wick. So the wick represents an area that price has been. So we know that price opened at the base. We know it closed here, but before it closed here, at some point it had traveled all the way up to the top of the wick here, but by the time it closed, it actually closed here. Now, when it comes to a candle being formed, depending on what chart you're looking at, it takes 1 minute, 5 minutes, an hour. You know, if you're looking at the hour chart, it takes an hour for each candle to form, right? So if a candle is taking an hour to form, for example, within that hour, it would have opened at the base and it could have traveled all the way up, but at the conclusion of the hour, price closed here. So the body of the candle is going to be what's final, but the wick is going to tell a story of how far up or down price had traveled within that hour. Everybody understand that? Yes. Okay, awesome. All right. So if you need to take a picture of this, go ahead and take a picture of that. I am going to do the bearish candle next. Okay. Let's change this color. The bearish candle, that's the red candle. And the bearish candle represents price going down, right? So bullish is when price is going up. Bearish now is when price is going down. And I'm going to pull out my drawing skills once more to draw a bearish candle. So, oh, hold on. We need this red. Okay. So the bearish candle and could have a wick going like so. And so let's put it on both sides because that's how the wick can be, right? Now, where the bullish candle price opens at the base, with the bearish candle, price opens at the top of the candle. So let us get the arrow in. Okay. I didn't do that good. So let me do it again. There we go. All right. So this is where the price starts. The candle starts to form at the top of the body. So make sure you understand that it's not the top of the wick, it's the top of the body of the candle for a bearish candle. Okay. For a bullish candle, it's at the bottom of the body, not the bottom of the wick, the bottom of the body of the candle. That's where price opens up. So this is the opening. And here, oops. That's the opening, that's the closing of the candle. And I drew the wick on both ends so you can see that the wick is not just going to be on one side. There can be no wick, there can be, it's just going to vary. And as I said, we will go to the live chart and we will take a look. So again, the wick tells a story. So, wicks lives matter, right? So when you are looking at the chart, looking at price action to get in, you may want to take a look at different time frames so you can see, if the wick is there, that's possibly a candle on a different time frame. So for a bearish candle, price opens at the bottom, at the top of the body, and it closes at the bottom of the body. But before it closed, with this candle, price had traveled up, down, and say we have this candle, it's bearish right now. Price opened here. At the time when price had been up here, it was a bullish candle, because when price opens, if it goes up, that's bullish, right? But if it goes down from price opening, it's bearish. Do you understand that?
Repeat that again, Alethea, please.
Okay. So when a candle first opens, you don't know if it's going to be bullish or bearish until it actually closes, right? Because it opens here. If it goes down, it's bearish. But if the price had gone up, this would have been a bullish candle, because a bullish candle opens at the bottom and closes above. If it opens and then closes below, then it opened at the top and it closed below, it's bearish. So until the candle actually closes, you really don't know if it's bullish or bearish. That you will know after it has closed. Does that make sense?
Okay, so in saying that, does it matter if it's green or red?
So once it's green, it's bullish. So as you're watching a live chart,
Okay, gotcha.
you can see the color of the candle change many times before it actually closes. Because one,
Okay.
you got it?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. No, great question. I welcome the questions. I want people to um get something from what I'm doing here. So yes, and let me go ahead and label this as well. Oops, why is it okay, there. Let's put it this here too. Okay. So you can see that the wick doesn't have to be just on one side. It can be on both ends. Another session I can do the different types of candles, because there are dojis and there are candlestick patterns, so I can go over that, but that will be another session, more content. All right, so that's the wick. The wick tells a story, right? Because price opens here, it closes here, but before it closed, it traveled up here. When it was up there, it was a bullish candle. When it was down here, the price was lower, but in the end, price closed up here, right? And that can help people decide on getting into a trade. So go ahead, take a picture of that. Now I'm just going to quickly draw a pattern, because I think I'm such an amazing artist. Right. So say we have price going down, and then price went down. Could have gone like this. Could have been like this. And then price went like this. All right. I want you guys to help me with pointing out where the opening and the closing of these candles are. All right, so A, B, and C. All right. So somebody help me out. Candle A. Where was the opening of that candle?
At the base.
At the base? Okay. What kind of candle is candle A? Is it a bullish candle or a bearish candle?
Bullish.
Okay. Why is it bullish?
Because it's open at the bottom at the base, and then price went up. It's green. Oh wait, am
Candle
I
A?
back?
It's bearish. It's bearish because it's a
It's
red
bearish.
candle.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember, the red candles are bearish, and bearish candles, where does price open?
The top.
At the top.
Right. So price would have opened at the top up here for candle A,
Mhm.
and then it would have closed at the bottom. Always. When it comes to a bearish candle, it's going to open at the top, it's going to close at the base. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So thank you for your participation. Awesome. Candle B. Where did candle B open? Oh, first of all, what type of candle is candle B? Is it a bullish candle or a bearish candle?
Bearish candle.
Bullish and opens at the bottom.
Okay.
Bearish because it's red.
Yeah, bearish because it's red.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's B. Bear.
Yes, yes. The red candles are bullish. Oh no,
Bearish.
the red candles are bearish. All right. And you know, when you're using trading view, you can actually change the colors of the candle. So don't feel like it's always going to be red and green, because once you start trading, you can have pink and purple if that's what you want. You just have to know what color is going to be bullish, what color is going to be bearish. But I'm using red and green because that is the default when you just create your account with TradingView, right? So the red candles are bearish. And all right, so where is the opening of the bearish candle for candle B? Is it
It's at the top.
here, or
At the bottom.
is it at the top of the wick? Is it the top of the body? Is it the bottom of the body or the bottom of the wick here? Where is
Bottom of the body.
No, the bottom is that's the closing. The open is
Opens
the
at the top.
Top of the wick.
the top of the wick?
Top of the body. Top of the body.
Top of the body. Right. It's always going to be the body, guys. It's not going to be the wick. The body is where it opens, the body is where it closes. The wick just tells a story of where price has been. So the opening for this candle B is going to be right here at the top of the body. And where's the closing?
The bottom of the body.
The bottom of the body. Yes, perfect. But we know that before it's closed, price traveled up here, down here, and finally it settled here. And bonus question. When price was here, when price traveled up here to the top of this wick, what sort of candle was it? Was it still bearish or was it bullish?
Bullish, because it went up.
Exactly. If price goes above the opening, then it's bullish. So at that point, the candle would have been green. Perfect. Thank you, Nima. That's awesome. So now the last candle, candle C. So we know that candle A opened here, it closed here. So right where the first candle closes, we see that's where the second candle opens, right? And then this closes here. Where's candle C opening?
The top.
Channel C is open at the bottom.
The bottom, yeah, the bottom.
Yeah.
The bottom of the body or the wick?
The body.
The body. The wick tells
Right.
the or high or how low it been.
Right. So wherever the previous candle closes, that's automatically going to be where the opening of the next candle is, always. So A opened here, it closed here, so that means B automatically is gonna open where A closed, so right here. Then B closes here, so automatically C will open here. Make sense?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, so then it opens here, C opens here, and where does C close?
At the top.
The top of the body.
The top of the
Yeah,
body?
top of the body. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, I think, wow, this was a good exercise. I'm going to do another one.
What?
I'm going to do another one. See, my excellent drawing skills. I'll try and do it a little bit better. All right. All right. So let's go. So let's do this. And then let's change the color. Let's okay. And then let's go like so. Okay. It's art. Okay. Candle A. Candle B. Let's do it right here. Candle B. And candle D. All right. Candle A. Where's the opening of candle A?
The bottom of the base.
Here, the body, the bottom of the body?
I'm sorry, the bottom of the body. I'm sorry, yeah, the body. Mm-hmm.
Perfect, perfect. Okay. And where does it close? Candle A.
The body.
The top of the body. The base.
The
Top
top
of the
of the
base.
body. The top of the body.
Oh,
So,
top of the body. I'm sorry.
And is this candle bullish or bearish?
Bullish.
Bullish because it's green, and with a green candle, price is going to open at the bottom or the base, right? And it's going to close at the top of the body, right? But we know that price traveled a little further up, but it closed here, right? So, like I said, I'll repeat this again. When you're looking at the chart, you can choose what time frame you're looking at, and whatever time frame it is, whether it's the 1 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 minute chart, however much the time frame is, that's how long it takes for that candle to form. So if this is a 1 hour chart, we know it took an hour for all of this to happen. And in that hour, price opens at the bottom and it traveled all the way up, but 60 minutes, it closed right here. So once it closes here, then the next candle B, is going to open. And where does candle B open, guys?
It opens at the top
of the body.
of A.
The bottom.
It opens at the bottom of the body. So wherever
Maybe I'm just saying it
first
wrong. Can we go over the acronyms or something like the body and base? Because that's confusing.
Yeah, it's confusing.
I don't know how else to say it. Maybe we can think of something together and we can have it for next time.
Well, the body is the fat part, the wick is the skinny part. Put it that way.
Well, the body is not necessarily the top part because the wick is at the top here. So the body is just the solid area. The body is solid, So the rectangle, the base of the rectangle, because it's rectangular shape. So price opens at the base of the candle body, closes at the top. We know that's bullish. And so the next candle is going to open where the previous candle closed. So it closes here. So the next candle opens at the same price where
At the bottom.
right? So now that's going to be the base of the candle if it stays bullish. But let's see, right? So candle B, price opens at the bottom of the body. Where does it close?
At the top.
Top of the body.
The top of the body. So then now, where does candle C open?
Okay, candle C is bearish, so it opens at the top.
Candle C opened at the top of the body, and this candle could have been bullish, right? But it's bearish because we see that it closes red. But what I want you to pay attention to is the fact that where B closed is where C opens. It's always going to be the exact same, right? So C opens here and it closes at the bottom of the body. Where does D open?
At the close of that count of C.
Exactly.
Look, I got one right. Yeah.
Exactly. Wherever that candle closes, that's the open of the next candle.
Okay.
Right? So if you can just think of it like that, wherever the candle closes, that's the open for the next candle, because we don't know yet if it's going to be bullish or bearish. We just know that's where price is going to be. We'll know if it's bullish or bearish after the fact, because look at D. I opened it here, but I have this wick here. So if price had closed down here, would it still have been a bullish candle? Or would it be a bearish candle?
Bearish because it's going down.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I think this was good. So now let us actually go take a look at the market. Let's go over to the market and see really quickly. Hold on. Taking forever. I'm so glad that you were able to come, Khadijah and
Yes, me
Bernie.
too.
And nice to have you here, Miss Lynn. All right, I'm going to remove the noise. I don't want to confuse people. All right. So, and here we have my favorite pair, GBP, JPY. And these are the different time frames that I typically look at: monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute. When I'm doing analysis for me to get my entry, I actually look more on the hour and 15 minutes because I'm a scalper. So I'm trying to get in and out. I'm not trying to be in the market all day long. But let us look at this area right here. Hold on. Let's look at this. All right. So remember that the green candle represents price moving up, right? So we saw this red candle here, right? So that means, where did this candle open? Did it open at the top of the body or the bottom of the body? This candle, let me get this.
It looked like it opened at the top of the body, if I'm looking at the right candle.
This
Yeah,
one.
it looked
Mhm.
like it opened at the top of the body.
It absolutely opened at the top. Why do you know that it opened at the top, Bernie?
Because the previous candle closed at the bottom.
Yeah, that is one clue. Yes, absolutely. How else would you know that it opened at the top? That is a right answer, but I want to know if anybody else, not you. You gave
From
an
the
answer.
Chart is
from that
bearish.
wick, the
Something
fact that
else.
the fact
How
that
do
we
you,
see that the wick went all the way up and then it went back down and closed. And
no, why else do we know that this was this is the top of the candle? The answer you gave, Bernie, was the right answer because it opens where the previous candle closed, right? So that is the correct answer. But why else do we know that this is the top of this candle and not the close? What type of candle is it? Is it bullish or bearish?
It's bearish.
How do you know that it's bearish?
Ultimately, it's I
And you
mean red, so
red. That's
when it
exactly
closed,
it.
Red.
It's
so
red.
we know that it's very
Exactly. It's red. So once it's red, it opened at the top and closed at the bottom. And you didn't have to answer that because you already gave a correct answer.
I'm
But
sorry. I'm still trying to learn though.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Yes. So 2 reasons. You gave them both. It opened where the previous candle closed, and also it's red. So it opens here, it closes here. Now the very next candle, it opens, does it open here or does it open here? This green candle to the right.
The green candle looked like it opened at the bottom. At the bottom. Yeah, at the bottom. Of the yeah, it
It
opened at the
opens
bottom.
at the bottom because the red candle, a bearish candle, closes at the base. So the next candle has to open at the base. So it opened at the base. And now, is this candle bullish or bearish?
Bullish.
Bullish because it's green, right? So price went up and it closed at the top here, right? And then the very next candle, so price closes at the top. So we see the very next candle is gonna open where the previous candle closed, right? Is this candle bullish or bearish?
Bearish.
Bearish. So you can see it, right? I mean, it looks a lot better than my drawing. So
Your drawings were good. They were good. I mean, we got the point. We got the point. So that's
yeah, you see it. So it closes at the base. The next candle opens at the base of the previous candle. And it just keeps going like that, right? So there we go. It closes here. So the next candle opens where it closed.
There opens.
It closes above. The next candle opens where the previous candle closed. And now we have a reversal, right? So this is called a doji. Typically, when you see a doji, you want to back up. You want to wait because it's an indecision candle because you don't know if it's going to go up or down. We see that it ended up going down, but in the moment, you don't know what's happening. So you don't want to keep trading. You want to get out. So would have been good to just take that and then be done with it, right? So with a doji, and this just basically looks like a plus, like a cross. It opened here and you just see the wick. So it was traveling, it was just going up and down. We're on the 5-minute chart. So in the 5 minutes, it couldn't decide whether it's gonna be going up or it was gonna go down. So you notice that the opening is actually the closing for this doji, and not all dojis look just like this because this is also a doji right here, right? Let me see. So let me stop share for a second so I can see what. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. So it's 5:55. I know I have 5 minutes left with you guys, but I showed you guys pretty much what I wanted to show you today. And you guys just review this, but we'll keep going. We just want to look at this. So then the opening was the closing here. So then the next candle is going to open at the close, right? The open was the close. It doesn't matter. Wherever the previous candle closes, that's where the next candle is going to open. And at that point, Then the sellers were in some kind of battle, right? Because it was buys before, but then there was some kind of fight going on. But the sellers won ultimately. Price came down here, but the buyers came back in. If you look here, you can see that this was a level of, is this support or resistance, guys? This was the first class I did. Is this going to be support or resistance when this price came back down to?
Support.
Support, yes. Support or the floor. Yep. So price traveled up and then, came back down, retest this area, and then it went back up a little bit. And some people may have thought, oh, it's gonna go up, but no. It closed here, opened here, because the candle is gonna open where the last candle closed. Then we saw it make like a step coming down, right? Does anybody have any questions?
That was my question about support.
Okay, well, if you have any questions about support and resistance, I made a video 2 weeks ago about support, resistance, and trend lines. It's up on my channel, Rain on the Charts. Go watch my video, like, subscribe, share, comment, and if anybody has any suggestions for anything they'd like to see for basics, feel free to let me know and I can cover that. But that's going to be it for today. I know it was a smaller group of us, but I feel as though we covered some stuff. I feel like some understanding was had, so it doesn't really matter the size, right? As long as I'm
You
able
had
to.
another question.
Oh, okay. What's that? I don't see the question.
I had a question, but you don't have the screen up anymore. It's okay. I can ask the next go round because it's are you gonna do candlesticks again?
What's the question? Let me put it up.
Question about the screen that you had up. What would have been the best setup to get in? Like, oh, you have it up now. Okay. So for instance, the red candles that are going down, like I don't think anybody will want to get in then. But say hypothetically, this green candle that
Okay, so this is on the 5-minute chart,
right.
right?
Yeah.
So this is resistance right here. It was support over here.
Right.
Notice. So came here, it broke through. When it comes back up, I would look to sell, right? So it come up, it did sell down a little bit. It came back up again, and then it made a nice drop down. So
Right.
for me, going back to that video that I mentioned before,
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that I like to do a trending market. I trade with the trend. I'm not really looking for consolidation. So if I'm trading with the trend, my philosophy is, and that's just me, that's just what I do. I'm going to buy the ceiling of an uptrend. I'm going to sell the floor of a downtrend. So this is the floor here, right?
Mm-hmm.
The floor. So when it breaks there, and it comes back up, I'm selling the floor, but now it's acting as the ceiling. So when the floor or support becomes the ceiling or resistance, I'm looking to sell.
Okay.
You see?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So um so that was there. So if I missed that, then here's another floor right here. So it's the floor. It broke through. So I would be waiting now for price to come to 166.174 for me to sell. So I'd be waiting on that before I get in. Make sense?
Thank you. This call was really helpful. Yes, it makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys out there in YouTube land. Thank you for watching my video. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and come back often. Come back often. I'm trying to get my watch hours up, right? But I'll be back next week, Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not sure just yet what the topic will be, but it's going to be something great. So come back.